So what did Avenatti say?
Disgusting.
It is horrible.
So Avenatti, you got the audio clips, I think, Troy, because this is just the preview that they showed last night.
Yeah.
But this morning they actually aired the entire interview. I think they only spent like 5 minutes with him. It was not as sensational as their R. Kelly.
Is he on
cut.
CNN?
No, he's on CBS.
But why is he on CNN? They were having him on every 10 minutes.
I think they're done with him.
Wow.
Yeah. But again, Today Show missing a big interview. I don't know what the Today Show's doing. They're sleeping behind the wheel. They got to get some of these interviews.
Yep.
So Michael Avenatti jumped on, and he talked about the truth behind what Nike is saying and why this whole thing started. If you remember, the charge is that he, along with some other lawyer, apparently, the lawyer who, ironically, was representing Jesse Smollett for a period of time, that these guys called up Nike and basically said, we know you've been doing bad.
Yep.
We know you've been working with college athletes in ways you're not supposed to. We know you've been working with college coaches in ways you're not supposed to. And unless you give us $20 million, we're going to expose it to the world.
Yep.
And Nike said, cool, I hear you. Let me go ahead and call the feds and get them involved in this.
Yeah.
And then the feds did get involved in this, and they arrested Michael Avenatti.
Oh, boy, did they.
He's out on bail, but apparently he's looking at 100 years in jail.
None of that means anything. They just say that. Like,
I know. It's just, I think that's the maximum if this charge is the one that he's tried with. They haven't even started court proceedings.
He's not going to jail.
But it is funny just to think about 100 years.
He might be disbarred if it's true, but...
You don't think he'll do 100 years in jail?
I don't.
Okay.
Let's see the beginning.
You want to listen to the clip?
No, we'll listen to the clip. We don't have the video because it was
okay.
just done.
Yeah, this is the audio.
But yeah, listen to the first clip. This is Avenatti explaining what Nike was doing.
Prosecutors are saying
Creepy
that
porn lawyer, as he's known in some circles.
Sure.
Yeah, we just want to familiarize everybody.
Prosecutors are saying that you committed extortion, that you committed wire fraud and bank fraud in California. Did you try to extort Nike for millions of dollars?
No, and any suggestion is absolutely absurd. Nike
Absurd.
knew from the very first moment that I had any contact with
Handsome
Nike
Rob pronunciation.
that I was insisting that the truth about what Nike had done be disclosed to federal prosecutors and investigators.
What is the truth?
The truth is, for years, Nike and its executives have been funneling payments to amateur players, high school players, and to their handlers and family members in an effort to get them to go to colleges that were Nike colleges and ultimately, hopefully, to the NBA so they could sign a shoe deal with Nike.
You know what? He's a rat.
He is a rat.
I don't give a fuck about that. A bunch of kids, who have, the majority of them are poor. They got no money, and they're great at basketball, so
they're not
Nike's
getting
sending
paid.
them money. Who gives a fuck? Who cares?
Yeah, I don't
Gives a fuck about oh no, they went to this school and that school. Gives a shit.
Nobody.
Fuck the school. These guys are getting what they deserve. Free sneakers, some money, and then hopefully a huge contract. What a fucking snitch.
That's exactly the way it should be. How he's describing it is the way college athletics should be. If a school's not going to pay you, you should be able to make all the money you can through endorsements.
What a fucking rat.
Companies should be able to jump on board with college athletes
Yes.
before they get to professional sports.
Yeah, who cares? They'll get a sneaker deal. Oh, wow, you mean the guy will get a lot of money to wear sneakers? A guy who probably has no money? Gives a shit.
He should get a lot of money to wear sneakers.
Yeah.
He's doing
He's doing a commercial.
Yeah.
I got no problem with college athletes being wooed or being paid. I don't give a fuck if they buy them cars.
Like, let's be honest. This kid, Zion, is doing, every time he steps on the court, they're talking about Zion like he's the second coming, like he's the next greatest player of all time.
Yeah.
Every time he steps on court, because of what he's wearing, he's doing a commercial for Duke University, saying, play at Duke, go to Duke. Duke is a great school. So he's doing a commercial for them because it says Duke across his chest. And he's got Nikes on. He's doing a commercial for Nike.
Oh, no. Do you mean the fact that the colleges who make millions off students they don't pay
Millions.
might be doing something? Who gives a fuck? It's not important.
No.
I hope that these kids that go get fucking a lot of money, and then the ones that get contracts get big contracts. Gives a shit.
Especially when you got Aunt Becky paying to just pretend that kids are on sports teams.
It's a way for guys who don't have a lot of money, whose families are poor,
Yes.
and they're good at sports. Good.
make some money.
Whether or not they get, all right, you hope they get the education, but like LeBron was smart. He actually just said, fuck college, went right to the NBA.
Who cares if they get the education?
Exactly.
I don't care if they get the education.
I mean, you want to see them just so they don't get fucked out of their money.
You should get an education. If they choose not to, that's fine. You know why? Because they're super good at basketball.
I cannot stand this fucking guy.
No.
Snitching. Oh, they're giving money to, who gives a shit?
If you're super good at something.
Thank you, man.
How would you know?
I'm good at joke crafting.
Joke craft. Let's get into that. Let's get into the craft. Let's get into how you, if you're super good at something, why shouldn't people be able to just pay you to do that and not worry about anything else?
I don't know why it's a secret. Why shouldn't Nike go, all right, we got sneakers. We're going to try to give you money to get you to go to a school that we sponsor.
Yeah, you know what's worse than that?
Who cares?
Going to Nike, going like, I know what the laws and the rules are, and I know that technically you're breaking them, and if you don't give me $20 million, I'm going to tell everybody.
Yeah, exactly. He really cared about the students, right? No.
He didn't care about this. Come on.
Maybe let's hear the next clip.
Don't
Maybe the
think
next
so.
clip's better.
I don't think so. He says in the next clip, he talks about the issue that he has and the reason why it's not this criminal charge that is being filed or whatever.
Is not accurate.
It's because it's inaccurate.
Okay.
Yes.
The complaint does suggest
Sometimes
that you
complaints
asked
will be
for-
false. He said there's been a shoe deal up there. He gets it.
Sometimes the shoe deals will be false.
See, I got you like I knew I would.
That may be my favorite scene in the whole series.
That episode,
Just David Brent
competing.
the idea that he's competing, it's an improv exercise that is simply meant for the betterment of the staff. It's a work exercise, and he's always competing.
It's everything.
So obnoxious.
And then Tim asks Dawn. That episode is so full.
Yeah.
It's like it's so good.
It's so good.
Training Day, that awful video, and David laughs at the end. He laughs at the end of it.
What a perfect show.
Yeah.
A perfect show.
It's a fucking masterpiece.
But you know who else is perfect is Creepy Porn Lawyer. He's one of the great lawyers of all time.
All right, let's hear
and he's
clip
getting
two.
railroaded.
I agree.
He's getting railroaded.
The complaint does suggest that you asked for up to $20 million, 1.5 for your client, and at least $20 million, and that you requested.
I like that.
you
Hit
be
pause for a
retained.
second. He's like, look, I want $1.5 million for my client. I'd like 18.5 for myself.
Like, what are you going to do to be retained as counsel? They already have lawyers.
Yeah,
who are obviously better than you.
Of course they are. You know what? You know how you know a lawyer's good? He doesn't need to be on CNN. If a lawyer's really a great lawyer,
yeah,
he doesn't need to be on CNN. He doesn't need a show. You know, it's one thing to try to get press because it's good for business and it's good for it goes back to the lawyer business. Johnny Cochran used to always try to get press, but at the end of the day, it was all to go back to his legal firm.
He was a good fucking lawyer.
Great lawyer, right? He got OJ off, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Michael Avenatti, he doesn't even want to be a lawyer anymore. He just wants to be on TV all the time.
Yeah.
At least it would appear that way.
To do an internal investigation, and that if not you and they hired someone else, you stand to make more money.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into the specifics of this, but what I will say is the way this has been framed is not accurate. It's just not accurate. And in fact, from the very first moment that we had any meeting with Nike, we made it clear that under no circumstances would we participate in anything that did not require full disclosure to investigators and the federal government.
Why are you getting involved with Nike? What business is it of yours?
The students. He's worried about the students.
Ah, why does he give a fuck?
Because money. I believe because a lot of money is
What a
involved.
fucking tattletale.
He's just a wiener.
He's giving money.
He's such a wiener. He's such a wiener. You know when you know you're a publicity whore? When over the course of a couple of months, you go from, I'm thinking about running for president to, I might go to jail for 100 years. It doesn't matter. As long as your name is in the headlines, you just don't care.
Stormy Daniels, Kavanaugh trial.
Yep.
R. Kelly trial.
Yeah, he's involved in that.
Nike, CNN. Like, again, I get it. You're going to strike while the iron's hot, the old football chant.
I don't know why you would have to put that to music. Strike while the iron.
No, it was a football chant. Remember we came up with football chants?
Who's we?
I did.
Then why did you say we?
I meant we as the show. Like I think it was Opie and Anthony, or maybe it was me. But it was the chance of good chance that I like.
Was that one of them?
Yeah, you got to strike while the iron's hot.
That's not a chant. That's a song.
I was meant as a chant. But anyway,
it'd be so difficult for a lot of people to do that in unison. They'd have to be on the same rhythm. You got to strike. Well, there's a melody to it. You're not supposed to have melodies in chants.
Yeah, you are.
Like strike while the iron's hot. That's a chant. Not strike while the.
You got to strike while the iron's hot.
It's a jingle.
Yeah,
that's not a chant.
It's nice.
A jingle and a chant are two different things.
I disagree.
Well, then we'll agree to disagree.
All right. So he talks about embezzlement, client embezzlement.
Yes. In the 30, client embezzlement is what he continues to go on. I don't think anybody's buying this.
What about the case in California?
You know, by the way, how you could tell that CBS this morning wasn't buying it from the beginning? Gayle King's not doing the interview.
That's right.
They got Gayle King to do the R. Kelly interview because they know that they're going to get amazing stuff like this.
I said, I'm going to get me a Big Mac, a fry, and a Coke.
But they're not going to get those gems out of Michael Avenatti, so they'll send in whoever else they got.
Sure.
What about the case in California? You've been charged with wire fraud, bank fraud. There were comments, in that complaint saying that you tried to embezzle, or you did embezzle, $1.6 million from a client you represented.
The client who is accusing me of embezzlement is currently on felony probation in California. You know what he was convicted of? Multiple counts of obtaining money under false pretenses. It turns out, and I didn't know this at the time, that he has an extensive criminal background and rap sheet associated with his conduct. So again, nowhere does that appear in the complaint. So there's going to be a lot of evidence. There's going to be a lot of facts that are going to come to light.
Just all this nonsense to be bogged down with. How's he going to run for president?
He's not. It's so.
I support his campaign.
You do.
I do.
You don't think that he's a bit of an attention whore? He just wants stuff happening all the time?
No.
You think he'd be a good president?
Oh my God, yeah.
I don't know. It'd be tough because right now we have everybody's favorite president of all time.
That's true.
Do you see the tweet?
What did he say?
Our president?
I didn't see it.
He announced himself as the favorite president of all time.
I don't mind that.
You don't?
No, I
don't. I mean, it was a great tweet. Yeah, there it is. It's that first tweet right up there, Troy. The fake news media has lost tremendous credibility with its corrupt coverage of the illegal Democrat witch hunt of your all-time favorite duly elected president, me. TV ratings of CNN and NBC tanked last night after seeing the Mueller report statement. Fox News, up big. He's the president.
These are the tweets where you just love him because you know
that
he's just writing that to fuck with everyone who's going to get triggered by it.
He's trolling.
Yeah,
our president.
That's all he's doing.
We have a troll for the president. People wonder, how come trolling is so big online right now? Because the president is one.
Good for him. Yeah.
Because he knows that people go, no, you're not my favorite.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
He writes so anybody reading this, it goes to them. Your all-time favorite, duly elected president, me. By the way, me, I believe, should be capitalized there.
No. Mm-mm.
You don't think so?
No. Only an idiot would capitalize me in a tweet.
I don't mean both letters.
Oh.
Meanwhile, I mean, do you want to hear? I don't.
Yes.
You want to hear more from Avenatti? You're locked in. Oh, okay.
I'm my future president.
I'm sorry.
I believe in his campaign.
I didn't want to disrespect your candidate.
Absolutely not.
So this is the guy. I mean, the field is very deep right now with candidates for president. You're going with Avenatti?
So far, yeah.
Over Beto?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like them together.
Who do you think would be the vice president?
Avenatti, because Beto's got some experience. Avenatti's kind of a new buck.
Would you suggest that to him if Beto is like, I need a running mate?
Sure.
What about Michael Avenatti, a.k.a. creepy porn lawyer? Could be good, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
You're facing, if convicted on all of these charges, up to the rest of your life in prison. Are you nervous?
Well, of course I'm nervous.
Are you scared? Are you concerned? I mean, tell us, I guess, as someone who, again, has a history of representing people, and now you're on the other side, facing some serious charges.
I am nervous. I'm concerned. I'm scared.
But you also seem confident.
I am confident because I believe the facts are on my side.
You don't believe him?
Not really.
It's tough.
That's tough.
Do you think he knows his goose is cooked on this one? Or do you think he has that delusional confidence?
Maybe both. Like, I think that he knows he is fucked up. At least I think he did. I think he fucked up.
Well, I have another clip here where he explains why it was not extortion. You know, because that's probably you are looking. I could tell in your face when you listen to these clips that you are looking
at my candidate.
You're looking at your candidate, and you want him to give you an explanation that makes sense.
I want to know why the fuck they're accusing this good man of this.
Okay, I think we get some. I think we get to the bottom of that here.
Did you try to extort Nike for millions of dollars?
No, and any suggestion is absolutely absurd.
You say you were working on behalf of your client, but you were also telling Nike, according to this complaint, you either hire me or I'm going to say something.
There's legal experts that say that I was well within the line as an aggressive attorney. There's many that say that. And the fact of the matter is, this was not extortion. People make threats all the time. People make threats all the time in connection with trying to settle.
People make threats all the time.
Trying to settle.
Yeah, that's all that is.
It's just a big deal.
People, here's the thing. Are threats of violence or exposing information, is that a crime?
People do it all the time.
Yeah.
And he goes, there's many legal experts who say I was with... Well, that's not convincing. There's many legal experts? What?
Is a threat to expose information that will leave somebody vulnerable if they don't give you money? Is that when did that become a crime?
Yeah.
You know? I mean, is that extortion? I think technically by the legal definition, yes.
I love that they're just...
I think it would be a yes on that one.
Nike's just going to take the hit. All right, whatever. Go ahead, expose it.
Yeah, because now
he's the same way Jeff Bezos did. Go ahead, do what you want to do.
Go for it.
Fuck you.
Have a fun time with it. Because now he's sitting there and he's saying, here's what Nike's doing. And they're going, so you're trying to get $20 million, huh? Yeah, but I mean, no, I don't know. But did you hear what Nike's doing? Yeah, but what about that $20 million? No.
Yeah, see, the bigger story becomes Nike, the blackmail.
Yes.
The same with Bezos. Nobody cares. All right, he fucked his relationship up. His sister's his girlfriend's brother's disgusting. But he's like, go ahead, show the pictures.
Exactly.
Let's roll this log over. I love that he did that.
Me too. We're going to survive this.
This will be embarrassing for me? Sure.
I'll survive.
We can all be embarrassed. I've been very embarrassed in my life. Every person's been embarrassed. But what's worse is now you're a blackmailer.
Yeah.
Stupid asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
That's a crime.
It's a risk-reward analysis where you go...
There's no T in that word.
No, I know. I did. It was a flub
I wish
on my
Rob
part.
would have said it.
It's when you look at it and you go, okay, this is going to be embarrassing for me, but if I just I'll not only allow it to happen, but announce that this is going to happen, you're going to look worse for exposing it than I will for it being true.
Right.
So go ahead. Have at it.
Yep.
I love it when stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
It's great.
I don't know what the issue with Nike is. I just don't care.
Exactly. You're sitting there going like, do you think people are going to be outraged that they were trying to figure out a way under the table to get the best college athletes some money?
To wear their shoes? And Tim in Boston has a good question. I don't know either.
What's going on, Tim?
Hey, Jimmy and Sam.
Hey.
I'm listening to this Avenatti story, and I just don't understand who the victim is in this arrangement that he's trying to expose. The families get a payout from Nike, nice little gift. The kids get nice shoes so they can practice their game and then eventually get into a good college and get some support from Nike to pay for that. The colleges get students. The Nike gets a free ad. Who gives a shit?
This is why he's coming off like such a worm and such a rat.
He really is the worst.
It feels like one of those things where you're right, Tim. You're just sitting there going, who is a victim here? And he's just sitting there going, well, you're breaking the rules. Those are the rules, and you're breaking the rules. That's against the rules.
The only victim seems to be Nike with Avenatti trying to blackmail them. So he's created a victim and someone who we can sympathize with at this point.
Yeah,
he hasn't created himself as a sympathetic character in any way.
Michael Avenatti might have overplayed his hand on this one.
What is venality?
I think so.
There's a line in the LA Times says suddenly with his arrest Monday for allegedly scheming to extort $20 million from the sportswear giant, the rest of the world got a glimpse into the tangled life of the pugnacious litigator, and prosecutors assert his reckless venality. What good writing that is.
It is great.
What does venality mean?
I'm not sure. I know But I know pugnacious. I know what that means.
Yeah.
But I know banality.
Open
That's
to bribery or overly motivated by money. Wow, okay.
Oh, that's a good one. That's like a super deluxe SAT word. That's like a 1400 range SAT. Yeah. I'm not in the 1400. I'm more in the 1200 range. I'm not the venality area. No. Let's go to John in Canada. John in Canada brings up a fabulous point. What's up, John?
Hey, Sam, listening to this guy go on, it reminded me of the Fire Festival documentary when they were doing the postmortem and Ja Rule was saying, this is not fraud. This is not fraud.
Yeah, this is
all this not extortion.
He said false advertising.
He said maybe it's false advertising, but it's not fraud. And you're going, what are we talking about?
Yeah, that was not a smart quote.
No, it wasn't.